Okay, good morning, Kalimera. Boker Tov. Any Israelis here? I don't know. Boker, we have? Oh, good. Okay, so from dreamers to doers, I'm from Israel, which makes these events kind of easy for me. No competition. Number one, startup nation. Number two, Jewish, rich, which is the reason why everyone loves us so much. So it's kind of really to share with you things that you thought you knew, things that you are about to learn and know. And I think Nicholas and Eddie did a great job here. And I want to almost take it from where they stopped. But for this to work better, I want to challenge you. First of all, don't be anonymous when you ask questions, just for the simple reason everything here is on video. It doesn't make sense for you not to put your name. I mean, there is no other way you can kind of advertise yourself. That's a number one. And number two, you can write it and you can shout it, and you can shout it during, unless you're BDS. Otherwise, you can shout it during my speech, anything that comes to mind. So let's try to make it a little bit different format. I know it will not work, but I'm offering this for you. And I will be pushing your buttons to show you that although you have been given a great opportunity in way of this conference, which I understand is second edition, and the fact that you have so many of everything, okay? So just for raise of a hand, how many of you regard themselves as entrepreneurs? Generally, okay? By the way, it's on video, so just know. Entrepreneurs, good. How many of you are startuppers? Meaning you have a startup, which is more than an idea, something working. I see this side is very strong. I will not ask how many of you are angel investors, because there is a reason they're called angels. You just can't see them, so don't do. That's angels for you, and all of you running after the money. And maybe we can touch that as well. So from dreamers to doers, this is in a way not just for startups, this is for you in general in life. I know why I'm here, and I can share with you why I'm here. So I live in Israel. Cyprus is like 40 minutes flight, and I saw in the agenda that there will be a Deputy Minister for Innovation of Cyprus. Surprise for me to see was the one from Greece as well. I know there are some activities going on. So I just planned that I'm taking the plane, landing, standing outside the venue like a bodyguard, reaching out once they come out of the car and say, hello, I'm Tal, and I want to talk to you. So I had my agenda planned, honestly saying, how many of you are here for a certain reason, aside from the fact that maybe you will get a lunch or a dinner or whatever, and a lot of rooftop bars? How many of you came with a question, and specifically for me? How many of you know who I am, aside from saying I'm an accelerator guru, and for that matter, I can say whatever I want about who I am. But think for yourself and try and make it different from this moment on. You need to have a target. You need to have a cause. You need to have a reason to spend your time somewhere. And I'm talking now to the startuppers of you. Tal, listen, I had an amazing meeting with this investor. Why amazing? 2 hours. 2 hours. And I'm saying to myself, that's an hour and 50 too much, when the investor is saying, oh my God, let this nightmare end. But he's nice. Not in Israel. We are very short in Israel on everything. When you leave a kind of a sense of urgency, you work very quick. For instance, most investors in Israel will ask you to say, did you ever fail? And those of you sitting with a smile and a grin and say, no, I'm always successful, the answer would be, go fail somewhere else, come back to me after. Because statistically, you're going to fail with my money. So don't think you're smart. And understand why you connect to investors, and ask yourself for the reason, why are you on the hunt for the money 24/7? Wake up, any startup, any time of the day. What are you looking for? Money. Why? Why are you going to buy a Tesla X? You're going to take a dividend. Why? No reason. Paying salaries. But that's not how startups work. You don't get a salary from day one. How do I know? I'll tell you. I've established 19 and about to establish next month my 20th accelerator, which puts me almost officially in the Guinness Book of Records as the private person who opened the most accelerators in the world, okay? And I'm here. I've done 70 cohorts, more than 1,200 startups graduated my programs worldwide, not just in Israel. In Israel, it's more challenging. Why? Because, well, officially or unofficially, we have about, some will say 6, 7, or 8,000 registered startups, not the one bootstrapped in a garage, registered, okay? Think about the competition. You're here in Cyprus. Well, neighborhood. But think when you come to a condensed ecosystem like Israel, and you want to succeed. Again, how? Finding money. So again, as I said, Jewish state, money is not an issue with us. The issue with us are markets. We are very short on the markets. Well, a third of the population boycotts us for waking up in the morning. A third hates us. So we are left with a small margin of the world. Still, we are smart enough to develop technology, which from the beginning is for us to use. This is how we start. We don't do it for the world. Then we find out that the world needs it. So there is an end customer from the beginning. How many of you validated the problem and validated the solution before doing anything? Now, don't tell me, yes, we did. How? So, well, I asked, who did you ask? My friends, my family. I never met a mother who will say to her son, oh my God, what did we do wrong here with you? That's a stupid idea. Never happened before. Your friends, they're your friends. What will they say? They will say that you're amazing. So are you asking? But Tal, we cannot ask someone else. Why? They will steal my idea. Come on. To all you Googles, Mobilize, and I don't know, Facebook sitting here, relax. The amount of energy that someone needs to hear your idea, make a company, and exit it $500 million, that's more than the sun. So relax. Aside from the movie Facebook, and that I'm not even sure it's right, no one steals idea. It's not done this way, okay? What you should do is really validate. And validate, the only thing to do is run as fast as you can to the market, as quick as you can. You have a problem, validate it. You have the solution, great. Then, all of you, those who are pitching all the time, what do? You have your pitch presentation, right? The one that starts with problem and then solution, right? It is most of you like this. I want to give you a tip here. When you present the problem, your first slide, end it with showing the money on the table. The solution would be the caterpillar taking the money to your pocket. Again, when you end the problem, there needs to be a clear vision of the money. Again, explaining, when you're talking to investors, you need to speak money language, not marketing. Well, my target market, who cares about your market? What do you think, the investors does not know your market? You need to tell him about the market. He knows it very well. So what you need to understand is to speak in money language. And that is really not that complicated. Everything should be connected with the money. It needs to make sense. Newsflash, when you raise money, your salaries should be included. When you raise money, you need to know the expectations. You need to know valuation. But again, you don't need to become a patent attorney or an accountant. That's not your job. Your job is to know to operate all those around you. So, going again a little bit back. You kind of saw a problem, and you spoke to some people, and you woke up to the challenge, and you think you have a solution. You sprint out. You sprint. You don't wait. You don't talk, and you don't, after the first or second presentation you made, run to investors and raise money. You don't need it. The expectation of investors is that you will be minimum able to connect another person. And most of you here know that the problem, more than the money, is to find your technological partner, your CTO. Word of advice, that's not really a CTO. That's a guy who programs on weekends. That's not a CTO. But for the matter of this discussion, find yourself someone who can actually take this mumbling that you say and make something out of it. Again, rush to the market, launch it, see what comes back. What's the feedback? You cannot force your market to launch. You need to work with your market. Then stealth mode, quiet. Program. This is what you do. Then you find yourself a first adopter, and, well, with the help of whatever you have around you, it might work. Back to Israel. Last year, 2021, I was told the year of COVID, was a little bit hard on our ecosystem because we raised only $25 billion and did 82 point something billion in exits. Kind of a slow year for us. 82 billion is the budget of some countries in the world, okay? Just understand what we're talking. You've visited Israel? Did you meet with Israelis? Do you know that the entire ecosystem of high tech and startups put together from a population of 10 million, we are not 10 million entrepreneurs, okay? The entire is 350,000 people, period. 350,000 people made the numbers I'm telling you. May I tell you that a programmer in Israel stepping out of university with a bachelor's starts at $5,000 and up, and that if it does not coming from the 8200 famous unit, when then everything shines from wherever in his body, and then he will earn much, much more. So where do we program? At home, a little bit somewhere else. And I'm taking you back to the fact that since we have an issue with market, whomever reaches a hand to Israel and says, let's work together, you stand to gain much more than technology. You stand to gain skills, experience, training, mentorship, and definitely the technology and maybe the money. What are the advice on the money? You see investors coming here from different places. Well, investors usually like to invest a bike ride away from the office. For them to go an ocean or even the Mediterranean is too much of a challenge. I think still, yes, you heard there is a recession, right? Honestly, who feels the recession? Tell me, where's the recession? So we are kind of creating another problem right after the COVID. But honestly saying, if you have a good startup, a good idea, and again, startups are first of all team. Startups are first of all people. Without people, there is nothing. No technology, no nothing. Whatever intelligent the app is, and you saw this dog yesterday, whatever, this technology cannot pitch itself. It needs a speaker, hence a person, hence know to put around you a good team. It's not a big team. It's a founder and a co-founder or two co-founders, a CEO, is people's person, speaks, blah, 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 all the time, markets, that's his quality. And then a CTO, yeah, who programs. Then you don't have a CMO. When the CMO has to market a presentation, you don't have a COO who operates the two other people he is not in touch even with, or for that matter, anything else. Not needed. And yes, those people in the beginning are biting their lips and not taking anything, rushing towards the technology. Then a launch. And I need to tell you, there is a big gap when startups start trying to find customers, talking to companies, and then cooperates. How do I know? Well, startups, to begin with, like butterflies, they born and die within seconds, if you think about it. And statistically, probably as you know, 96% of startups, I don't care if it's 97 or 92% of startups shut down first year of operation. Shut down. Why? Fighting between the team is the usual case. Finding out someone just raised money on the same topic is the second. Third, I don't know. The idea from beginning was rubbish, but you were not, I don't know, again, able to admit it. Things happen. What you will do is what's interesting. This is the trade your investors are looking for. Investors don't really invest in your technology. They invest in a dream that you are very capable on selling. This is your main trade, selling of dreams. Why? Because honestly, there is nothing behind it. In the beginning, it's just a dream. but they invest in your capabilities, but they don't know you. Same as Cyprus wants to grow its ecosystem, to bring more money in, more startups in. Well, for this, you need to shout out. You need to say who you are. And this is something you can learn from us. I want you to practice something very simple, starting asking or telling yourself, I'm the best. I can tell you in some countries, they don't have these words in their language. I am the best. You will be amazed that people just don't care. Say I'm the best. Nothing will happen to you. And this, the parents among you, please take this word of advice with you from today onwards and tell it to your friends. Yes, we are the startup nation. Yes, per capita, we have the most startups in the world. We have over 250 accelerators. We do billions of dollars in exits. By the way, in the month of March 2021, Israel gave birth to 7 unicorns in a 1 month. And this was just cyber. This is what we do. We are not different than you. You can come and touch. We are same, but here, something twisted in a good way. Living a sense of urgency means that you wait for no one. And I know that entrepreneurs in general have these traits of hating stupid people and hating slow people. If you are those people who say to others, you know what, I don't have the time for you, I will do it. Well, you have something to begin to call yourself an entrepreneur. It's about pushing forward. So again, coming to us, this sense of urgency means we cannot wait for anyone, which comes to say that the only thing that we don't manufacture in Israel are cars. Well, we did in the 70s, but camels used to eat them, so we stopped with that. When we had camels, relax, we don't ride camels anymore. But anything else we manufacture. May I tell you that we are kind of the desert, and we made desalination, and we made water and irrigation, and we made it for ourselves. And most of your phone and laptop has something that comes from Israel, whether you like it or not. And again, sense of urgency. But to live this sense of urgency, you need to be in Israel. You are, of course, very much invited, but I think, again, it will be smart to bring this knowledge, and I'm emphasizing the knowledge, the training, and mentorship here to rub shoulders, and then run with what you have, because I met people here, and you are very capable people. Okay, so still it's a beginning. Israel is like, I don't know, 70, we are now 74. Okay, so we are like more accelerated because we're doing this from day one, because when we were established, we turned to the world for help. And the answer was, great, we will help. But when we really needed it, the answer was, sorry, gas and oil before anything else. And we found ourselves with the need to just do it ourselves. That's the only reason. There was nowhere to shop for what we needed. So we did it. I'm not telling you do the same. I'm telling the entrepreneurs and startups among you, think this way. Think that you just need to do it yourself. You know, you want to do shortcuts? Great. I just want to say again to the startuppers, having a startup is not a license to be called crazy. It's not a license to do what we say in Hebrew, balagan, do mess. No. You need to have a work plan. I know it sounds for you like you're working for IBM, Intel, Google, whatever. You need to have a plan, a work plan. You need to have a roadmap. You should know when you come to meetings what you stand to gain. When you come to such events, you're sitting here all nice. Why did you come? Your time is so expensive every second. And let me guess that at least 80% of you are sitting next to someone they know. What's the sense in that? Why did you come here? Go sit next to someone you don't know and say to that one, you know, go away from me. Go that side, I will go that side, meet you in noon, here in the middle. These are trades that you can learn, but you want to learn. You are not born a startup, same as you are not born a pilot, a lawyer, a teacher. You need to learn. For this, you have accelerations or accelerators in general. Word of advice, I get this question a lot, I don't know if it's here. how to choose my accelerator, my answer is one. Tell me who runs it. I don't care for the brand. I don't care for the money. I don't care for the sponsorship of $10,000 of something from you-know-whom. I care for the manager. He needs to be a professional that knows how to push you, to know how to handle you. That said, he's not here to wipe your chin. He is here to show you your face in the mirror. He is here to slap you a little bit and keep you for a certain period of time in a lane which is clear. Have a target. Have KPIs. Know how you're going to reach your target. If not, you don't have a target. Putting a target is nice. What's it? Time's up. Okay, I said to Kika like this. When I see time's up, I will like the audience. If they want me to stop, I will go. If they clap, I stay. So do we? And Kika
How about we ask the
next
next speaker if he wants you to stay first?
Yeah, let's do that.
And the 20 after him as well.
So come, you need to ask me questions, right? So,
ladies and gentlemen, first of all, a massive round of applause to Tal. Wow, wake up. If you haven't had your coffee, you've had Tal today. That's your coffee, that's your caffeine. Very, very interesting. Thousands of questions. Choose the ones you want to answer, because there's quite a lot. And let's start. Shall we start with the first one?
I would say simpler. If you send a question, stand up, shout your question, and I will answer. That will be nice, and you will be shown on video. Anyone has the courage to do that? 3, 2...
There's one over there.
Yes.
One second. Is your question on Slido? Which is...
It's showing you.
The second one. Are you Jason Berkelios?
Okay.
So he's asking, what is the single most important quality in a leader?
Amazing question. By the way, amazing because of the word leader here. I think is to have a clear road where you're going. It's about the target, and I'm emphasizing again. Don't put the target, like I see some startup put slide vision. Come on. You have a vision, really? The fact that you wrote a few sentences which you copy-paste for someone because you saw a template doesn't make it that smart. Without being able to explain how, in tangible way, how are you going to reach the vision? How are you going to solve the problem? What's your solution in clear words? Startups usually get in this mumbling, lots of words with nothing. Learn this word in Hebrew, tachlis. It's a one word that says everything, the bottom line. So when people speak in Israel, you go, tachlis. What's to speak? What's to do? What's the bottom line here? Use the word in your startups, companies, wherever you go. Say to your kids, and they say, tachlis. This is what we want to hear from startups. Again, because your lifespan is 2.5 seconds, and you're gone. You're out of the picture. There are always people better than you. All those of you who showed the slide of competition saying, we checked, there's no competition. No. In such potential, Israel has a competition for each and every one of you. Just bet on that. The fact that you don't find it, that's not the problem. The fact that you understand where you're at, that's the part. You know how many times I heard investors say to me, it's the thing that startups, right, and look for the money. So you just can you guide me? Can you point this money mountain? So investors have the same problem with you. They say to me, can you find me a normal startup? Just normal. You know what they mean? It's people. People that talk sense. People that can explain in short words, tachles, problem, solution. My target market is 2 trillion. Really? You don't show the investor how you're going to reach the accessible one across the street. You're going to talk to him about opening India for you. Come on. Again, make sense. Understand who you're talking to. Explain in simple words. Investors are smart. And you should be smart, not going to investors meeting and say, hello, so blah, 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 blah. I want $1 million and I'm giving you, I don't know, 4.nothing%. Why not say, come into the office, say to investors, listen, surprise, don't need your money. Please, I just need your advice. So this is what I do. And this is my product, and I want to ask a question. First of all, he's like looking and says, what the hell is going on here? This is not usual. Well, if you speak nice, you look nice, you make sense, and by the way, this is what he's investing in. I hope you checked before. What do you think? He will not tell you. So what about the money? The only difference, he asks first. It's that simple to understand, okay? It doesn't need an algorithm. Understand where you are. Be aware of yourself. I hope I answered. Yes.
Should we take one more?
One more. I don't know. Kika, I'm not asking. Go.
So, do you have one you'd like to answer?
Is there an accelerator who will mentor without getting paid? You're asking if you can go into acceleration program with not, I mean, accelerators generally don't take money and don't take equity for some weird reason. And for some weird reason, the only reason that you join to the accelerator, you say, well, we need the mentorship, we need your help and guidance, but you honestly think that in the end, in 3-4 months, there will be a demo day, and of course, I will be on stage, and there will be a lot of investors. By the way, remember what I said in the demo day. Those investors in the demo day are graphic designers, lawyers, accountants, anything but investors. Do you think investors need this? You are all over them anyway. By the way, in Israel, you have an Excel. It's on the internet. It's called Angel List. You can find it. Google now, Angel List. Do not need to write Israel. You will find an Excel. All our investors are there. No? So investors usually would like you to reach them specifically by another startup they invested in, not someone else they know. They want a startup like you that they invested in to say, I sign on him, on her, and on her, a word on her. All over the world, the number of female entrepreneurs, I mean on a level of founder or co-founder, is very small. In Israel, it's kind of 12%. 12% of the ecosystem. I think this should change. Ladies, don't look at the men to do this for you. It's not our job. I'm saying from the beginning. My idea about it is because women just generally like to risk less. They like more certainty for them. It's not about anything else. So don't take me to pregnancy and maternity bullshit. It's not that. Women work as hard. I'm coming from a country, age 18, boys and girls recruit. Boys do 3 years, girls do 2.5 years. We do the army. We are all soldiers, men and women. So they do this. By the way, now the army is open for all professions for women. So that's for sure not the reason. I say lighten up. Lighten up, because women, when they go for a job interview and they see prerequisites, they need to be 100 from 100. Men, 20%, 80% will go along the way until we reach the interview. We will have it. This is how it works. We are very used to the no. Get yourself accustomed to no. It's fine. It doesn't need to be a perfect 100 all the time. Learn it, train it, come to acceleration program, reach out to people. You see, well, my name was here. I don't know if you scanned it, but I'm everywhere should you need it. Please don't write me long messages in English. I don't read the English. Quickly, you can get on the WhatsApp, you can have a call with me, and we can hopefully push forward. I understand very quick. It's not for you to talk 20 minutes and I talk a minute. It's for you to say a minute, hi, my problem is, and get ready with a pen and a paper to get the solution. That easy. I'm done. Toda rabba. Thank you so much.
Hold on. You're going to be here, yeah? In this area here. I'm sure many people have 1,000 questions for you. So you're going to be in this area. They can come and speak to you. Your name is Tal. You're going to wear the Covey business card.
Sure.
So if you guys want to ask anything to Tal, unfortunately, we ran out of time. He's going to be around. We need to move to the next person.
Stand here.
Is that us together? So if you'd like to have a coffee with Tal or a Xanax, whatever's up to you, you can have him. He's right there next to you. Please give a massive round of applause there to Tal.